Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Lake Classical football. They're on the road at Shrewsbury in one of the non-playoff games. Classical has guaranteed themselves a winning season. They'd like to win this one, get a little momentum going into Thanksgiving. They're 6-3. As Shrewsbury kicks it off, it goes out of bounds, and let's see what Classical does. They can have them kick it again, or they can take it at the 35-yard line. This is an excursion for Classical to go to Shrewsbury. Sure, there are a few teams a little bit closer they could have played. Even if it was in a different division, because for some reason they put the ball at the 34-yard line, not the 35. I'm not sure why that happened. Gisono, the quarterback, 4 wideouts to the far side. They give it to So. Gets across the 35, short yardage. They give him 2 to the 36. Still 4 wideouts to the far side. Gisono with the keep. He's got a first down a little bit more across the 45, out to about the 48. So he picked up 12. The first down goes to the Rams. Now they double the wideouts to either side. The quick out. Caught by Hill. There's a flag on the play. And I think it's coming back. Council's backing up like it's against them. So wipe out the pass play. Put it back at the 43. First and 15. Three wideouts to the near side. Out to the 48. Second and 10. Gisono with the keep. Sneaks into Shrewsbury territory before he's pushed back. So it goes from 148 to the other 48. Third and 6. Shrewsbury are the Colonials. 3 wideouts to the far side. Quick hitter by So gets him a first down. The line opened up a very big hole. At the Shrewsbury 38, they picked up 10 and a first down. They go deep with the pass, just a little bit long. They had a step on the defense. Hill beat the defense by a step. Gisono just missed him. Second and 10 from the 38. No huddle. Classical quickly up to the line of scrimmage. The 3 wideouts to the near side again. Gisono with the keep. Steps up. Gets down to about the 31-yard line. He picked up 7. I believe they're in 4-down territory here. No sense kicking from the 31. So they have 2 downs to make up 3 yards. Shoshona with the keep, gets the 1st down and more inside the 25. He picked up 8. Classical on the move with the opening drive. So, another big push up front. That's offensive line winning the battle right now. He picked up 6. So again, gets a 1st down as a flag on the play. Late flag. We're going to Classical player down. The penalty will be against Classical. Penalty flag is at the 14-yard line. And he marked it off from there, so give him 3 yards to the 14. And then push Classical back to the 24. They go deep, wide open for the catch. Durant. They pump fake to the outside. The defensive back bit. Durant was all by his lonesome. Shoshona put it right on the money. 24 yards and a touchdown. And Durant will try to add his 7th point. And he does. 66 yards in 11 plays. They overcome the 2 penalties. They actually had to go 81 yards with the 15 yards in penalties. But they made that look easy. But a lot of football left to play. Pascal and Cal Durant will kick it off.
Back deep for the Colonials, number 1, TJ Montera. Kicking off for Lynn Classical, number 5, Kyle Durant.
At the 24-yard line. Coming to the near side. Lost his balance, actually, as he crossed the 35-yard line. To return by Mark Bonallo. They'll put it at the 37-yard line. So Shrewsbury will see what they can do with their opening drive. Clint Mills is the quarterback. And they go to a very tight double wing. Almost like Klaus was playing against St. Mary's. And they get back to the line of scrimmage. He stepped back like he wanted to throw it. They only had 1 receiver out. Got back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10. The pitch off the right side. Gets loose. They're not going to get him. He's gone. Now they do catch him. I didn't see. Jolo also. Great hustle by Jolo also. Morgera looked like he was long gone. He got to the 4-yard line. 59 yards. Looked like he was gone. I didn't see coming out of nowhere. Holiday Jolowasso caught him. They run straight ahead for short yardage. Bonallo gets to the 2. Second and goal from the 2. They stay in that double wing. That usually means somebody jumped. You don't have to make contact anymore. All you have to do is break the plane. It's against Classical.
Offside penalty against Lynn Classical, half the distance to the goal.
So they move it to the 1.
Goal from the 1-yard line.
Classical picking up a few penalties here in the early going. That's 3 penalties for 16 yards. They overcame the first 2 to score a touchdown. Now they make it a little bit easier for Shrewsbury. They move it to the 1. The wide out goes to the far side in this double wing. Quarterback sneak. In for the touchdown is Mills.
1-yard run, Clint Mills.
63 yards in 4 plays. So Shrewsbury comes right back. It looks like they're going to go for 2. They said double wideouts to the far side. The pitch, and they throw it back. Nice play. Mills handed off to Borgera. Borgera stopped and threw it back the other way, and they get the 2-point conversion.
Score, Shrewsbury 8, Lynn Classical 7.
Very nice play. They had the Classical defense going one way, but Morgera running to the right, and the quarterback who handed it to him stayed off to the left side. He was all by himself. Morgera dropped it back for an easy 2-point conversion. So Shrewsbury says, we'll see your touchdown and we'll raise you a point. Shrewsbury will kick it off. And there was another penalty against Classical on the play. Wow. Shrewsbury going to be kicking off from the Classical 45-yard line. 31 yards in penalties against Classical. And we played just over half a period.
Number 23, Calvin So. Kicking off for the Colonials, number 72, Carl.
Shrewsbury is senior Leighton in the backfield. Quarterback, running backs. John Aloisi is the head coach for Shrewsbury. Brian Vaughan doing an outstanding job again for Classical. They kick it away, drop down at about the 8-yard line. And they're going to get dropped at about the 10.
Calvin saw on the return. Brought down by Matt Fowler. And Louis Rocho. First and 10 for Lynn at their own 11-yard line.
They'll put it at the 11. So Glasgow buried deep for their second possession. They made it look easy on the first one. The line, guys up front, that offensive line did a great job helping them move downfield.
Gary DeSanto's pass. Desmond Jeffrey Hill's incomplete.
Looking for Hill again, incomplete. Second and 10. You don't want to punt from here and give the ball right back to Shrewsbury. Shona with the keep gets it.
Third down and 9.
They get a yard. Very big play for the Rams here. 3rd and 9. Motion to the near side. Gisono rolling. It got picked off. Justin Toon picked it off and ran it in for a touchdown. So they don't have to worry about punting. Picked it off at the 18 and walked in. He was looking for Sequeira on the near side. And he'll go for 2 again. So that momentum is wiped out very quickly by Shrewsbury on the first drive and now by the interception by Toon. And once again, they'll go for 2. Morgera takes it in off the right side.
Shrewsbury 16, Lynn Classical 7.
And just like that, it's 16-7, and Shrewsbury will kick off again. So that field position really hurt the Rams. And that was set up by the penalty. I didn't see the flag after that 2-point conversion, but obviously there was a flag thrown, cost Glasgow 15. And that cost them field position, and it cost them 8 more points. So Glasgow was up early 7-0. Now they're 2 scores behind. Shrewsbury will kick it off again. Shrewsbury offensively and defensively score. At about the 22. So gets it out. A little better position they had the last time. Out to about the 32.
First and 10 for Lynn Classical at their own 37-yard line.
Actually, he finally put it down at the 37. So this is their best start in their 3 possessions. All of a sudden, after being up 7, they're down 9. Chisona with the keep. He's loose. They're not going to get him. He's gone. 63 yards on the score. So they go 63 yards in one play. Clarksville dips into that 9-point deficit. And they're going to go for 2. They're not going to get there. We still got 4.5 minutes left in this first period, and then we scored 29 points. I don't know what the record is at this place, but the fans are getting their money's worth. Chisona faked to Sow, took it off that left side, and just went straight upfield to the goalpost. Didn't veer at all. And just outran everybody. 63 yards later, he was in the end zone. And Glasgow will kick it off as we go back and forth here in the first period. Glasgow has scored on 2 of their 3 possessions. Shrewsbury has scored on both times they've touched the football, offensively and defensively. The kick is away at the 19-yard line. Loose, breaking a couple of tackles. Outstanding return. Boy, no lead is safe. There's a flag on the play again. That probably means illegal block. He got it to the Glasgow 46. Actually, the 47. They move it back to the 43. So it's still an outstanding run. They've got very good field position at their own 43-yard line. Banola with a great return. 44 yards, but then push it back 10. They stay in that tight double wing. Faking, keeping is Mills. They put it at the 45 for a pickup of 2. Second and 8 for the Colonials. Only their second series, but they've got 2 touchdowns. They've got 1 defensively. The pitch coming to the near side. Hennish gets his first carry. Gets to the Glasgow 48. Picked up 7. 3rd down in the yard for the Colonials. Mills with the keep on the quarterback sneak gets the first down. He picked up 5. So it'll be 1st and 10 from there. Back to that tight double wing. Off the right side with a head of steam. Got some room. First carry for Tucker Montague. They put it down at the 24. Picked up 19 and a first down. So Shrewsbury right back on the move. Now they go to the spread for the first time. Yeah, we got a whistle.
Penalty marker on the play.
Somebody moved.
Delay a game against the
No, actually delay a game against Shrewsbury.
5-yard penalty, first down and 15.
So it'll be 1st and 15 from the 29. That was the first time they showed spread. Go back to the spread again. Motion to the far side. Mills by himself in the backfield. Lets it fly.
One Mills pass is incomplete. TJ Morgera. There is a penalty marker on the play.
Another flag. That's backing up like this one's against them. Pass interference against Classical. It's not an automatic first down. Goes back from the line of scrimmage. But it's a big one. It's 15 yards. So it is a first down. Down to the 14. So another penalty against Classical gives Shrewsbury a first down. And we got another whistle. Just over a minute left in a high scoring first period. I don't know what the whistle was for. I didn't move the ball. The officials had a conversation. And now we go back to 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. They go back to that tight double wing with a wide out to the far side. Off the left side.
First down and goal.
Montague with the carry. They get it to the 8 for a pickup of 6. They're calling it 1st and goal. I thought the first down was at the 14-yard line. Off the left side, walking in is Bonolo. 57 yards in 7 plays. helped out by that 10-yard penalty. Once again, they go from 2 from the spread. Rolling, looking. This time, it was Morgera taking over at quarterback, and he hit Mills for the 2-point conversion. So Samir Haskell ate into that 9-point lead to cut it to 3. And now Shrewsbury goes right down the field and scores and gets it back up. Now it's 11. As we're closing down this first period, very high scoring. 37 points scored in this first period. I don't know what's going to happen in 2, 3, and 4. Haskell's run for 121. Shrewsbury's run for 109. Shrewsbury's been helped out by penalties against Glasgow. And he'll kick it off. They dropped it back at the 15-yard line. And they're going to get dumped deep again. Sol had it at the 20 and it took off. I think he tried to run with it before he caught it. Dropped it back. And if this first play is a running play, it'll be the end of the first period. So they're all the way back to their 12. When they've had decent field position, 34-37, they've scored. When they had it at their 11, they gave up an interception for a touchdown. Now they have it at the 12. Gisono, not much. That should end the period. They gave him to the 17 for 5 yards. So gets short yardage. So we end the first period. Glasgow looked good going out 7-0. But then Shrewsbury came back and put 24 points on the board. One of them on an interception. Glasgow's got a big third down coming up. Third and 4, another big down for the Rams. Gisono is not going to get there. Knocked down in the backfield. He lost 3. Glasgow will have to kick it away, and Shrewsbury should get pretty good field position. Great field position with a run back. At the 49-yard line of Shrewsbury, and that's Bonallo. And they have it in classical territory. Looks like the 35-yard line. That's a 16-yard return. And Shrewsbury now a penalty. They had great field position at the 35.
Personal foul against the Colonials. 15-yard penalty, 1st and 10 at midfield.
So they kick it back to midfield. That's still pretty good field position. Not as good as they thought they had. But they're at midfield with 1st and 10. They send it wide out to the far side. Everybody else stays in tight in that double wing. Little misdirection with Morgera.
2nd down and 7 from the Lynn Classical 47-yard line.
They gave him 3. So we're underway in the second period. 24-13, Shrewsbury on top. After a huge first period. The pitch to Morgera. Starts to the far side, cuts it back to the near side. He's got room. The pitch was to go to the far side. It got piled up. And he winds up picking up a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
He picked up 14. Pretty good decision by Morgera. It got clogged up on the far side, just stopped and ran back to the near side. Used his speed to get around the corner. He picks up 14 and a 1st down. They break that double wing now with wideouts everywhere. They go to the spread. Mills with the keep. He's going to run into the end zone for a touchdown. They had everybody spread out. He took off like he was going to take to the near side and just broke it straight to the goalpost. 33 yards and a touchdown. $50 yards in 3 plays. So they're making it look easy. And once again, they'll go for 2. Morgera is the quarterback, and he's going to get knocked down. So they alternate Morgera and Mills at quarterback.
No good. Score, Shrewsbury 30, Lynn Classical 13.
So they hurt Shrewsbury's feelings by scoring that first touchdown and grabbing a lead. 43 points and 1 possession into the second period. They may run out of room on the scoreboard for points. Shrewsbury will kick it off again. Rascals hurt themselves with penalties. Even the ones on the first touchdown drive they overcame, but they wound up with 20 yards in penalties on the first drive. Hal Lund will kick it off. Durant with the return. Gosh, will have decent field position. So the only two times Classical has not scored is when they had horrible field position at the 11 and 12. When they had it at the 34, the 37, they scored. Now they have it at the 39. Let's see if they can do it again. 3 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. That's Hill. So with the carry. I don't know if he got back to the line of scrimmage. He lost a yard. Second and 11. Someone trying to hit Durant out on the flat, threw it away. So another big third down play for the Rams. They put it back at the 39, so they gained almost a yard on that incomplete pass. Now they send 3 wideouts to the far side as Durant teams over De Leon and Sequeira. Gisono lets it fly. Incomplete. Looking for De Leon. Classical will have to kick it away. That's the first time they've had decent field position and turned it over quickly. 3 and out. And give it right back to the Colonials of Shrewsbury. That's when we get a timeout. There's a trip to Central Mass to see how the football's played out there. We don't get to see them very often. And Shrewsbury is, boy, they've shown everything here in the early going. I don't know how they got knocked down out of the playoff section. They're a very good football team. And they've got many players. It's not one player. Bonolo was the deep guy for Shrewsbury. Durant with that running punt. They let it roll. Takes a good Classical bounce. At the 19-yard line. This is the worst position that Shrewsbury's had. They started at their 37. They improved to their 43. They improved again to midfield. They've scored every time they've had the ball, including a defensive score. But now they're pinned at their 19-yard line. They go to the spread. Mills taking off and running with it. Out to the 25. So he picked up 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Back to that tight double wing.
Penalty marker on the play.
Mediatis with his first carry, but there was a flag on the play. He got to the 30, which would be a first down.
Offside against Lynn Classical.
Offside against Classical's refused.
Line is first and 10 for the Colonials at the 30-yard line.
So yet another penalty against the Rams. First and 10 from the 30. The wideouts double up to the far side from the spread. Coming to the near side.
Penalty marker on the play. Foot nose on the keeper.
He picked up 6 if the play stands. Holding against Shrewsbury. And he marked it back to the 20.
10-yard penalty. First down and 20 from the 20.
So first down and 20 from the 20. They keep everybody in tight this time. And we got a whistle. And we got a penalty marker. Somebody broke the plane.
Delay of game penalty against the Colonials.
Delay of game. That's their second delay of game.
First down and 25 from the 15-yard line.
So they had it first and 10 at the 30. It's now back at the 15-yard line. First and 25.
No penalty on the play. Timeout Colonials.
So Shrewsbury will take a timeout to discuss it. They had the delay of game. Now somebody moved. And that new rule, it used to be you had to make contact. If you got back before the ball was snapped without making contact, it was nothing. Now, all you have to do is break the plane. If you move at all, you don't have to make contact. If you break the plane, they blow the whistle and it's a penalty under the new federation rules. A whole bunch of those. I tip my hat to the officials. They had to learn 248 new rules going from NCAA to federation. And some of these guys do college games, so they had to go back to NCAA rules. Some of them stopped doing high school games because they couldn't do both. They let it fly, incomplete, almost picked. Quintana had a shot at it.
Second down and 20.
Second and 25. Wide out to the near side. Rolling.
Penalty marker on the play.
Another flag. We can't go too far without getting penalties. Chop block against. He pointed at Classical. Classical wouldn't be blocking. Classical would be tackling. So it wasn't shot block, it was a personal foul against Classical. Out to the 40-yard line. So they get a first down out of it. And they go fullback straight ahead. That's Montague. 17 yards on the first down. So they had him stop deep. They might have to punt from virtually their end zone. Instead, they got a 1st and 10 at the Classical 43-yard line. Everybody in tight.
Mills and the keeper.
Straight ahead with Mills.
2nd down and 7 for the 40-yard line.
A pickup of 3. So they're eating up the clock, eating up yardage, leading 30-13 here in the second period. Trying to make it 4 for 4 touchdowns and possessions. To the 35, they picked up 5. 3rd and a couple. And they've got Classical trying to figure out who's got the ball. Bill's doing an excellent job keeping Classical guessing. Montague, I don't think he made the first down, so it's going to bring up a 4th down at a yard. 4th and a yard from the 34. They've gained yardage on every play but one. And that was the first play of the ball game when they gained nothing. They come up quickly. Mills with the quarterback sneak. Gets loose. Slips a tackle and goes in for a 2nd touchdown. He went 33, now he goes 34. Straight quarterback sneak to get the yard. All of a sudden he come out and he was all by himself. "81 yards. In 9 plays, they overcome a couple of penalties, helped out by a Classical penalty. Pass incomplete. All of a sudden, it's a 23-point advantage. Shrewsbury's rushed for 240 yards. They've thrown it twice incomplete. And once again, Carl Lund will kick it off. So what looked promising with an opening drive touchdown for Classical has turned into a big offensive night. And we're only in the second period, by the way. 49 points scored. And we haven't reached halftime yet. At the 25, across the 30 before he's pushed back. That's Durant with the return. They're going to put it at the 32-yard line. So Glasgow put it in play there at the 32. Glasgow was hoping to go into Thanksgiving on a little bit of an upbeat. They won last week. Nice win over Beverly, guaranteeing them a winning season, but they're hoping to improve on that. Sono off the right side. They put it at the 37. So it'll be 2nd and 5 for the Rams. Whistles, and we got a penalty marker. It's going to be another penalty against Classical. Somebody moved up front. So wipe out that 5-yard gain. Instead of 2nd and 5, it's 2nd and 10. Three wideouts to the near side, Sequeira by himself to the far side. Gisono looking to throw. It's picked off at the 47-yard line. Panolo with the pick. So don't look now. Shrewsbury's at the 5-yard line. Second pick, the last one went for a touchdown. This one almost went 42 yards. First and goal from the 5. Shrewsbury looking to make it 5 for 5 possessions and touchdowns. Got a very short field to do it. Montague makes it easy. Three and a half minutes left in the first half. We scored 55 points. Unfortunately, 42 of them are scored by Shrewsbury. 2 turnovers costly for the Rams. Interception for a touchdown. Interception sets up the 5-yard run by Tucker Montague. And they'll go for 2. Rolling. Looking to the backside.
Windmill, pass, complete. This time Rose Mediatis for the 2-point conversion. Score, Shrewsbury 44, Lynn Classical 13.
They went to the backside. Rolled to his right, stopped, threw it back in the left corner of the end zone to Mogera. And to add insult to injury, Shrewsbury was going to get the ball to start the second half. Just over 3 minutes left.
Back deep for Lynn Classical, number 10, Jeffrey Hill. Number 5, Kyle Durant.
And Kyle Lund once again will exercise that right foot. Just caught that before it went out of bounds. Durant again gives him pretty good field position. Look at the 38. Tiptoed along the far side. And cut it back about 15 yards to the 38. So with the carry. He picked up 7. Three wideouts to the far side, one to the near side. Gisono might have got a yard if he was lucky. He didn't. They put it back at the 45. 3rd and 3. The pitch to Durant. That'll get him the first down. They're in Shrewsbury territory for the first time in a long time. 9 yards and a first down. Gisono gets wrapped up. Looks like he lost a yard. Second and 11. DeLeon with the catch to the 40 for a pickup of 7. 3rd and 4. And they're in 4-down territory here with the score the way it is. Gisono looking, lets it fly. Incomplete. He was looking for Sequeira down the middle. 4th and 3. And you're not going to punt from here. Sono looking. Durant was open, passed a little bit high and out of bounds. And Shrewsbury will take over. Oh, wait a minute. Shrewsbury hurt themselves with a penalty. A face mask against Shrewsbury. From the spot of the foul, it winds up a 16-yard penalty as they put it at the 24. It's a 15-yarder, but they mark it off from the spot rather than the line of scrimmage. Quick out to De Leon. Glasgow trying to beat the clock here. As we're under a minute. The ball at the 17. 2nd and 3. I would like to score and get a little momentum going into the locker room. Incomplete. Third and 3. We're in the final minute. Clock is stopped with the incomplete pass. They need 3. Durant somehow wound up with the football. Personal foul against Shrewsbury is going to help Classical again. Somehow Durant wound up with the football. They'll mark it.
First down and 10.
At the 11.
Colonial 11-yard line.
So it's a first down. First and 10 from the 11. Tisono lost the football. It's on the ground. And Shrewsbury comes up with the football.
First and 10 for the Colonials at the 8-yard line.
That's a Classical 8. So it looked like a promising drive. I'm guessing they're going to take a knee here with one play. And a half will be history. So Classical turns the ball over 3 times. One interception cost them a touchdown. The other interception set up a touchdown. And Shrewsbury has, after trailing 7-0, they outscore Classical 44-6. The rest of the half. 57 points scored in the first half, 44 of them by Shrewsbury. At halftime, Shrewsbury 44, Classical 13. As I said before, to add insult to injury, Shrewsbury's going to get the ball to start the second half. 245 yards rushing for Shrewsbury. Did it all along with 2 turnovers. Actually 3 if you count the fumble at the end. Didn't turn into anything, but it stopped Classical from scoring. The other 2 turnovers, interceptions, scored 1 and set up 1. Tisono ran for 104 yards in that first half. 63 of them on that long touchdown run. Colonials will have it at their 34-yard line. Classical didn't stop them. They scored every time they had the ball. They took a knee to end the half with 1 play left. 5 for 5 possessions and touchdowns, and throw in the interception for a touchdown as well by Justin Toon. Added up to 44 points. To keep coming to the near side. Hanush. Out to the 44. He picked up 10 on the first down. Montague straight ahead into classical territory.
Brought down by Howard Guerrero Vega.
Down to the classical 35. 21 yards in the first down.
First and 10 for the Colonials at the Win Classical 35-yard line.
And Mills, the quarterback, has done an outstanding job. He's kept classical up front guessing on every play. He's used everybody, including himself. They've really spread it around. Montague straight ahead. Dragged down from behind. Guerrero Vega dragged him down from behind. It was a penalty on the play. He got to the 9. 47 yards in 2 plays and 2 first downs by Montague.
Personal foul, horse collar tackle.
And that tackle from behind turned out to be a horse collar tackle, so they moved classical down.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
They move it down to the 4. Another first down by penalty. So first and goal from the 4. Montague straight ahead, 3 straight carries. All of a sudden, it's 50-13. "66 yards in 4 plays, helped out by that short penalty. Kick by Lund is no good.
Extra point is no good. Score Shrewsbury 50, Win Classical 13.
So they've hit the half-century mark. First possession of the second half, we've had 63 points scored. Shrewsbury scores again in this period, it'll be running time the rest of the half. Even if Classical scores and gets the extra point, we'd have running time in the fourth period. Lund will kick it off again. Well, Classical's obviously not going to have that little momentum going into Thanksgiving. Looking to get to the far side. That's Guerrero Vega.
Guerrero Vega on the return, knocked out of bounds by Justin Toon.
And they'll put it right at the 40-yard line. So what Glasgow wants to do right now is just practice what they're going to do next week against English, because they're not going to come back in this one. The quick out. Hill with the catch. They picked up 7. 2nd and 3. Quick out again. That'll be a first down. To the Shrewsbury 48. They picked up 5. So gets piled up at the line of scrimmage. They give me a yard. Second and 9. Hill for short yardage, the pass. I'll call it the 46 and give him a yard. They need a long 3. Obviously, everything is 4-down territory here now. Looking for somebody to throw it to. He overthrows Sequeira to the near side. It'll bring up a 4th down. Again, no sense punting. They need 4. Incomplete, looking for De Leon. Shrewsbury will have it at their own 41. They picked up 2. It'll be second down and 8. Leading 50-13. Shrewsbury still has their starting lineup on the field. Off the right side.
And the carry.
Peters gets his first carry.
No gain, 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8. So you have a couple of changes in the backfield. Mills is still in at quarterback. The pitch coming to the near side, inside across the 45, I should say. Hanush. Fourth down and 5. There's no reason for them to punt either. They have to get into classical territory for a first down. Now they are going to punt. They went back and punted it. They lined up like they were going to go. They punted, and it's going to go inside the 5-yard line. So they lined up like they were going to go. And then Bonolo dropped back like he was going to go from the spread and kick the ball away. And he put the ball down at the 4-yard line. So nothing really happening plus-wise for Classical since they scored on their opening drive. Everything is open up the closet door and everything is falling out on Classical's head. Quick out to Hill. Out to the 9 for a pickup of 5. Gisono gets the first down. He picked up 6. Big hole for Gisono off the near side. Gets loose into Shrewsbury territory. Nice job by Gisono. To the Shrewsbury 48. 27 yards. Quick out to Hill. That'll be another first down. 14 yards. Five completions to Hill on this drive. On the last 2 drives, I should say. So with a big rush.
Picks up another Lynn Classical first down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
At the 20, picked up 14.
Pass complete.
Little swing pass to So.
Out of bounds at the 12-yard line.
They picked up 8. Second down and 2. So out of the backfield with the catch. To the near side to Sequeira. His first catch. Stays on his feet inside the 5. So first and goal for the Rams. At the 3. They picked up 9. Gisono walks in. 96 yards in 7 plays. They're going to go for 2. Runs it in. That gets it down to 29 points, so we don't play running time. Glasgow's got almost 300 yards. 287.
Back deep for the Colonials, number 1, TJ Mochera. Kicking off for Lynn Classical, number 5, Kyle Durant.
Little pooch kick. Shrewsbury will fall on it.
Onside kick's recovered by the Colonials at the 41-yard line, first and 10.
At the 41. Kelleher fell on it there. Well, Shrewsbury has it at their 41-yard line.
Kick was recovered by 22, Jack Bull.
Whiteout goes way over to the far side.
Penalty markers on the play.
We had it's against Classical again.
Offside against Lynn Classical, 5-yard penalty, first and 5.
So it'll be first and 5 now from the 46. Classical's picked up a few. To go along with 3 turnovers. Montague.
Tucker Montague on the carry. No gain on the play. Penalty marker on the play.
They might have given him a yard. There's another penalty against Classical.
Foul against Lynn Classical.
And it's a big one.
15-yard penalty, first and 10 for the Colonials at the 38-yard line.
So they pushed it all the way down into Classical territory with another penalty. Down to the 39. So back-to-back penalties for 20 yards gives Shrewsbury a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Tucker Montague on the carry.
Montague again.
Gain of 4, second down and 6.
He picked up 5. Second down and 5. Short gain there from Montague. They give him 2.
Wilkes on the carry. Loss of 3.
No, excuse me, he lost 3. It's at the 37, not the 32. Third and 8. Little misdirection. Mills with the keep.
Clint Mills on the keeper.
Not much.
Gain of 2. 4th down and 7.
He put it at the 35, so he picked up a couple.
Down and 8. 4th down and 7. 35 yards.
So he needs 6. Pass. Is it a catch?
Clint Mills pass is intercepted
Intercepted.
by Andrew
De Leon got into a battle with Morgera, and De Leon took it away. He won the battle.
at their own 3-yard line.
They threw it over the middle. De Leon picked it. Morgera thought he caught it. They were wrestling, trying to pull it away from each other. De Leon finally got the upper hand. They put it at the 3. De Leon runs it out.
And the keeper.
Out to the 18-yard line, 17-yard line.
23-yard line.
Out to the 23-yard line. There's a flag on the play. That was the last play of the period. We're going to sort out the penalty. Hill was down, so I'm assuming it was pass interference against Shrewsbury. Officials still discussing it. And it is a penalty against Shrewsbury. And it should be a first down for Classical.
Personal foul, face mask penalty against Win Classical.
You look at Classical, 307 yards of offense through 3 periods, 206 rushing, 101 passing, 15 first downs, and they're trailing by 29.
Second down and 20 from the 12-yard line.
It's not an automatic first down. They marked it back to the 13. They marked it against Classical. So I thought it was the flag was right where Hill went down. I thought they were going to call it against Shrewsbury. Looking for Sequeira, the pass is incomplete. So that was strange. They called it against Glasgow, moved it half the distance to the goal. And it's a fourth down from the 18-yard line. Punt is away. And out of bounds, Shrewsbury can get very good field position.
First and 10 for the Colonials. The Rams, 43-yard line.
At the 43. Mills is still in there at quarterback. They try to run it straight ahead.
Peters on the carry. 8 and 3, second down and 7.
Anush gets it to the 40. Second and 7. Wide out, way out here to the near side. The pitch, getting inside the 40, is Mulholland. Third and 6. A lot of time in the huddle. They already had a couple of delay of game penalties. Everybody in tight. Not going anywhere.
Jake Mulholland on the carry for no gain. 4th down and 6.
4th and 6.
Timeout, Shrewsbury.
Shrewsbury will take a timeout. Glasgow scored first, went up 7-0. Shrewsbury got it right back with the 2-point conversion and then got it back again with an interception. Scored on the next 4 possessions. They took a 44-13 lead into the locker room. They came out and scored on their first drive of the second half. Glasgow came back. Gisono got his second. And now Mills is loose, and he's going to pick up his 4th touchdown. "39 yards. He went 33, went 34, now he goes 39. "43 yards in 4 plays. Lund kicks the extra point. So the rest of this period will be running time, even if Glasgow scores. All Mills has done is run for 130 yards and 4 touchdowns. And the clock won't stop now till it reaches zeros. Incomplete. Looking for Sequeira. 2nd and 10. So Glasgow looking for that little momentum going in. Thanksgiving is not going to get that 2-game streak. They're going to go to 6 and 5. finish up above 500. Has the nice catch downfield by Durant. Gets down to about the 10.
Brought down by John O'Sullivan. First and 10, only on 12-yard line.
They put it at the 12. 51 yards and a first down. Looking in the end zone. Nice throw, nice catch. Gisone will put it right on the money in the far right corner. Sequeira over the shoulder makes the catch. Classical gets on the board. $73 yards in 3 plays. Pass for the conversion is good. Makes it 57-29. Yeah, we show you the clock, and the clock is still running even now. So the people here at David Adams Stadium are going to have a happy Friday night. Hard to believe Glasgow's losing by 28 with 385 yards of offense and 16 first downs. And obviously the little pooch kick.
Onside kick recovered by TJ Morgera. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Shrewsbury will have it at their 48-yard line. So Classical is going to go to 6 and 5. It's not going to be a happy bus ride back home. It looked good, leading 7-0, but then the roof caved in as Shrewsbury had a big 44-point first half. And they've had to put 2 more touchdowns here to make it 57-29. 29 points and almost 400 yards normally would win you a football game. Ruffolo with the carry. As soon as we can just run the clock out here.
Second down and 12 on the 46-yard line.
They lose 2 on the play. Straight ahead. Ruffolo gets it to the 49.
Third down and 9.
3rd and 9 with the clock running. Mills leading the way. 4 touchdowns. He's rushed for 130 yards. He also caught 2 two-point conversions, passed for a conversion. He's had quite a night. The interception by Toon. Bonolo had an 8-yard run. Montague scored 2, 1 from the 5, 1 from the 4. We mentioned Morgera got involved. He passed to Mills twice for conversion, ran in a conversion, and then caught a pass from Mills for conversion. So he got involved. help getting involved in 8 points. On the other side, Chisono passed for 2, ran for 2. Ran in a 2-point conversion. Durant kicked a conversion. Chisono ran for 160. Actually, he ran for 160. He passed for 174. Sol ran for 51. So Shrewsbury's going to finish with 357 yards of offense, and that's with the backups just now turning the ball over. Chisono lets it fly. Caught by Durant. Another first down.
Shrewsbury 57, win classical 29.
And that's going to do it.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for your support. Have a nice weekend. Please drive safely.
Durant had a nice game catching the ball, as did Hill, but not enough. Shrewsbury had that big first half, led by the quarterback Mills, scoring 4 touchdowns. Chisono passes for 2, runs for 2, runs for 160 yards, passes for 174, but just not enough as Classical will drop to 6-5. That big first half, 44 points by Shrewsbury, put them out of sight. They win it by a score of 57-29 over the Rams. For the Rams now, it'll be regroup and get ready for Lynn English on Thanksgiving Day. So we hope you enjoyed it. 57-29 Shrewsbury over Classical. I'm Don Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.